It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Well, just as we do every Thanksgiving Day, the kick is off, and here we go from Detroit. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st down, here's Swift. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Komet brings it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Williams to throw on 1st. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Now here's Williams. And he has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Khalif Raymond to return it. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring up. Guys hitting blocks downfield. A back who can show off his wheels.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that gives the Lions the 1st. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. He'll cobble together a yard there. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them...
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He's throwing deep to the left side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one hits first to the 3 before continuing on into the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started. He's now forced to pick himself from behind the line offensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Williams to throw. He's on the move. He can run it. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
We're 1 quarter closer to some turkey as we've reached the end of one on Thanksgiving. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They've got 3rd and 2 to start out. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off but make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Fox now to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Throwing again on 2nd, Williams. Trying for the deep ball. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So it came at a painful cost to the QB, but on top of a hefty gain, going to move it half the distance to the goal for roughing the passer. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Buckus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Juke the defender. And they weren't afraid to try the reverse, but he's corralled shy of the marker. It's 4th down.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
They'll run it with Swift. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. The run outside returns nothing. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down.
Well, a blitz on fourth down's a gutsy call, but it can work against a pass or a run. Good luck running for the sticks when you got a whole defense crashing you right off the snap.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Out of the shotgun, gone. This will be caught by Cooper. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Jalen Johnson with the stop.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. A lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Into the hands of Gibbs. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Off play action, Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Complete. It's Cooper. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing again, it's Goff. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And he gets them down to the 9 before going out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st down from the red zone. He's got it. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Gibbs. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Lions take the lead just before halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Point after up and good for Bates. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. Returns looking good so far. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Forced out to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And now it's 2nd down. Williams from the gun. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell with the INT. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back with a pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it, takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk. They can do some serious damage.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. After the pick, here's Williams. Has the connection to Odunze. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Throwing is gone. Outright, Cooper's got it. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Again, it's Gibbs. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Off to the air now. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Now as the play clock got down to 5, a timeout comes in. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They'll go for it. Goff. He throws a bullet to the into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Tremaine Edmonds has it. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
He lets one fly deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part. Maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Third and long for him here. This is complete to Duvernay. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly when he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
A 5th defensive back into the game for the Lions. 3rd down coming. Staying grounded with Swift. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Able to get it to Moore. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Off the play fake, Williams. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
That's incomplete left side.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Pass complete to Duvernay. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the red zone now. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Just 1 quarter standing between these teams and Turkey in this Thanksgiving contest. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Second and 3 now. To throw, Williams. Bails out of the pocket quick. Catch is made in close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Running behind center with Swift. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears now within 1 score in the 4th. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
One of the tight ends in motion left. He's throwing for it. Escapes the pocket. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap here to go. It's taken in by Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10 from the 41. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the gun, Goff. This will be caught by Cooper. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Coming right is Gibbs. Runs inside the 35. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions lead by 15 now. Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Williams. On the move, headed right. He's on the move. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
1st down throw by Williams. He's got him, that's Swift. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Working quickly here.
A gain of 15. And the Bears 1st down.
Williams to throw on first. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Bears facing a 15-point deficit. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Flush down out to his left. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. The Bears decide to call their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Another try following the sack. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Throwing now. Into the hands of Duvernay. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The fourth down stand.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be